This is your friendly reminder to set your alarm clock a little extra early Friday morning as we are watching the one and only total lunar eclipse of 2025.
Like this train I witnessed in Flagstaff the day before the eclipse, the sun and moon are always moving west. And because the moon likes to be slow, once a month the White Queen will set just before sunrise. As these celestial deities shift, they say wind is caused by the uneven heating of her world. And if it weren't for wind, water vapor from the oceans would never arrive at high elevations.
Water is scarce at 6,000 feet above sea level. They're calling for rain this afternoon, so I'm pulling water out of this tank. I'm making space to capture more. Rain tanks are expensive, so I gotta be creative and just save whatever I can. There are baby trees on this ranch, and I'm trying to give water to this baby pinyon pine, little baby juniper, even cactus. This cholla loves a little bit of water. It's been a dry winter, and I gotta do what I can to take care of the native trees. The rainwater we're collecting also goes out for the birds. Now I've got a plan today to head up to the canyon for a training run, and then to hang around and watch sunset and the full moon rise.
The rain is turning to snow, and if you look at the weather app is saying possible thunderstorms expected around 4 p.m. Sunset's gonna be at 6:34. Let's get out there and see what's going on. Come, join me for a snowy run on the edge of the Grand Canyon. Today's March 13th. At midnight, the blood moon eclipse begins. Today's the anniversary of Lowell Observatory announcing the discovery of Pluto. I got my Clyde Tombaugh t-shirt on, and I'm hanging out here on the south rim of the Grand Canyon. I'm gonna see if this fog and cloud blows out of here so we can actually watch the full moon rise this evening. This is part of what they call the Rim Trail on the Grand Canyon South Rim. And this particular section is called the Trail of Time. It's a great place if you're looking to do some road running, if you're not crazy about going into the canyon. If you've seen my older videos, you'll know that I'm a big fan of minimalist running shoes. However, I got to go to Hoka Northern Arizona Elite event this past summer and try out some Hokas, and I kind of got into them. This will be my first time running in the Speedgo 5s. Although the conditions don't look ideal for a run on the edge of the Grand Canyon, I think I'd rather do the run now than deal with the thunderstorms later. My watch is reading an elevation of 7,082 feet above sea level. Moon rising just before sunset tonight.
My legs feel strong, and the Hokas are feeling groovy. Yet the storm is coming on stronger and stronger, and I'm getting completely drenched, and my equipment is beginning to fail. Fortunately, I know the landmarks along the Trail of Time.
One of the oldest junipers I've ever seen on the South Rim. And it's still living. You can see just a little bit of it is still alive up there. Most of the limbs have died. I used to show groups that tree and all these different rocks on the Disney tour. For some years, I was Disney's Grand Canyon expert. We would take groups of about 50 people along this trail. Wow, it's getting snowy.
If you run the trail west, the rocks get older, and I know if I can just get past the oldest rock, I can then take shelter inside the Grand Canyon Village.
Something poetic I like to think about is rocks like this Rama schist. These have been buried so deep underground, a mile deep, and it's the carving of the Grand Canyon that released them, that revealed them back to us. If it weren't for the canyon being carved out, we'd have no idea this was even beneath our feet. The oldest one found in the Grand Canyon right here. It's called the Elves Chasm Gneiss. Oldest rock in the entirety of the Grand Canyon. All right, here's Hopi House. Let's go duck in the good old El Tovar Hotel.
I thought it was great too until you can't see because of your eyes. You can't see where you're going at all. Cannot see. There is zero visibility in the canyon, so. Oh my God. Zero. That is
You're not going to get us out of here tonight. I'm a mile and a half away from the car. I think I'm going to run back and see if there's anybody on that trail. I know the way. It's possible I could encounter people who are completely lost and I could help them out.
Total lunar eclipse is happening this Thursday night.
Billions of ice crystals dumped from the sky. Trillions of flakes, maybe more. Diamond dust cloaking an ancient sea floor. Wrapping trees, yuccas, and any physical object of this world in crystallized water vapor, white as a pearl. I was now almost directly in between the Golden King and the White Queen. Suddenly I realized this earthly stage was being dressed for Luna's grand entrance. Water is clear, snow is white. The crystals reflect every vibration of light.
My car, one of the last here.
As icy winds whipped through the air, I removed my wet shirt. Fortunately, I'd brought a sweater to change into. However, the ability to move my fingers with precision was almost completely gone.
I rate that run 10 out of 10. Was it the safest run in the world? Probably not. I talked to people on the way back. Everybody seemed to know where they were going. I feel blessed because I'm healthy and I can do a run like this and I can see all of these things that, most people would be ducking inside and they wouldn't see all these details. Ah, come on. 6:26, 8 minutes. Oh, wow. No way. I must be the only person out here. I'm set up here at the amphitheater at Yavapai Point. I got the time lapse going back there.
I got my Panasonic Lumix is on Zoroaster right now. And this is just an incredible sunset. Everything just opened up. You can see Vishnu, Wotan, Zoroaster, Brahma, Manu. The canyon gods were actively turning the ice crystals back into vapor, concealing the White Queen's arrival. It seemed she wanted me to be home. My body is starting to shake. My running tights and my shoes and my socks are wet. She wanted me to be safe. She wanted me to meditate on the energy of the blood moon eclipse. If the moon was to be cast in shadow tonight, she was going to make damn sure her light would reflect off an infinite sea of ice crystals before and after the eclipse. I set up my GoPro, my game camera, and went to sleep, feeling absolutely blessed to live in such a magical world and knowing everything in this world is just as fleeting as a fresh dusting of snow.